What's up, you guys, and welcome back to the channel. As you can see, I finally got some time. We're going to finally tackle these tow mirrors. I've been excited for a while to get these things on the truck. Finally got some time to take the project on. As you can see, I got them all painted up. I think they turned out really good. Super pleased with them. I think they match the truck extremely well, and they're going to look so much better than what's on there now. So let's go ahead and get this project started. As you can see, the D-Max has these goofy Mickey Mouse ears going on right now. I think those new ones from Boost Auto Parts are going to look so much better than these things here. Anyway, not just aesthetics, some of the reasons I chose to just go ahead and replace the mirrors is you can see the driver's side here's taking a good size impact. Dude, it's all cracked and split, got a big chunk right out of it. I can live with that. It was like that when I bought it. You can see the lower glass here's got a nice big crack and split in it too. No big deal, it's just aesthetics. I was going to live with it, but here we are in the dead of winter, and I've also discovered the heated mirror on the driver's side isn't working either, so my mirror is constantly frozen and frosted up. So anyway, just shell out the money, decided just replace them all together. So these are going to look so much better and hopefully function better than the busted up one that's on here now. Everything on the passenger side seems to function just fine. It just seems to be the driver's side that's taking all the abuse. So anyway, let's go ahead and get these things off and let's get the new ones on. These are some of the tools we're going to use for this project. Worth every penny. If you guys don't have it, go ahead and go get the right tools, get some body panel tools. It's going to save you so much time and frustration and even possible damage to your vehicle. It's worth every penny. You can pick this stuff up at Harbor Freight or some of these other places for dirt cheap. I mean, you can get, I think I picked up the panel tool for less than 10 bucks. You get a whole kit of the other tools for less than $10 too. Money well spent. You can fight with it with screwdrivers, pry bars, everything else. Odds are you're going to scrape, scratch, or damage something, and you're going to fight this stuff. Money well spent. That's just my opinion. Those of you, this is your first time tuning into the channel. This is a 2009 Silverado 2500 HD LTZ model. I haven't seen a whole lot of videos on this exact type of door panel. Lots on the other style, but this is what we're working with today. So we're going to go ahead and start. And yank that panel off right there. You can see that piece just clips right in, 3 clips. Get that foam out of the way and you've got direct access to the nuts on the mirror. So bear with me, guys, I'm trying to do this one-handed. As you can see, you've got one little cover right back here. Pop that right off and you got a bolt hiding right there. And right back here behind your handle, that is another one right there. Good angle and get that popped out of there. There we go. Like I said, sorry guys, I'm struggling a little bit doing this one-handed, trying to get a good view for you. So you got 2 of them hiding right back there. This is your door lock. You got this little guy, here's a little clip. You need to pop that out and that will pull the door lock cover off. Pull out. Just like that. Doesn't come all the way off, just releases it. Pulls right on off of there. And now that you guys got them exposed, a 10mm, we'll pull these right out. Kind of want to lift the door panel off in an upward and out position. You can see, get a clip kind of hangs up and over, so that's why you kind of got to come up and out in an angle. So now we've got direct access to our mirror wires. Follow them down and we'll get them unplugged back here. Alright, so just got it unplugged. Didn't feel any need to pull the door panel completely off. Really, you can just reach your hand right down under there. It's just a little push clip, release it, pulls right out. Just follow the wire right to where it goes, and we'll get it all entangled here, pull the clips out here, and then we can get the mirror unbolted from the truck. Just like that, our mirror is completely now disconnected. You got 3 10mm nuts on the studs on the back of the mirror. Just need to pull these off. Word of warning, be aware this is an open crevice. Maybe stick something down in there if you're unsure of yourself. If you drop that, you will be fishing it out of the bottom of the door. Alright guys, once you got all your 3 nuts off, you're free to go ahead and wiggle that mirror right on out of there. So there you have it. Driver's side factory mirror's out. Let's go ahead and get the new one bolted up. Alright guys, we got the new mirror up in there. Got one nut hand started to hold it in place. See, we got the wires run right on through where they need to be. Like I said, just like the other one, plug and play. The only difference is you have this one here, and that will be the wire that we plug in to power that spotlight in the mirror there. So we'll get that run after we get this thing all mounted up. We'll run it down through here nice and clean. One will be a ground, the other we're going to tap into the reverse trigger wire so that they come on with my backup lights. So I'm going to go ahead and get those 3 nuts back on, and we'll get the mirror plugged in. Okay guys, so here we are. We got the mirror bolted up, got the foam insulation put back in place, got the wires run back, plugged right back in underneath, just clips right in. So now what we're going to do is we're going to get this unplugged, try and get our wires run through there. I can reach this hand down in the door. So right on the top of this, there's just a clip. You just push down on it, and that'll pop right out. So the same thing, we'll get the other side popped out, and then we can reach back behind it and run our wire nice and cleanly right through that with the factory wires. Alright guys, so now that we got the boot pulled loose on both sides, I get this wire fed right through. Real easy access. We'll feed it up through here. I'll feed it right through that loom, and then we'll plug it right back in there to the harness on the back side of the mirror. You'll never know it's there. Nice and clean. Super simple to install. Okay guys, we got the wire plugged in. It's run through there all nice and clean, and then it's just a matter of snapping the boot back into place there. Just like so. And we'll deal with wiring that all up into the reverse trigger wire and grounding it once we get the other side installed. So now we'll go ahead and get the door panel hung back in place, and we'll move on to the other side. So real quick, very important note guys, I did it, I forgot to talk about doing it, but I definitely highly recommend checking things before you take the time and effort to get the door panel back installed. Sometimes you can fight these things and they can be a real bear. Go ahead and check, make sure that your mirror is working, everything's functioning properly after you got it plugged in. I don't have them totally wired up yet, but what I am going to do is I'm going to check the spotlight I got there as well with my power probe. And apply a little power to it, make sure that that comes on. So everything's working just like it should. So, just in case any of you guys are curious, a lot of you guys are into electrical and all that kind of stuff, know all about these. For those of you that don't, this is a power probe. These tools are an absolute lifesaver for electrical work. They allow you to test for power for ground. They also allow you to apply power or ground. So if you're troubleshooting or doing any sort of electrical work, these are a badass tool. Highly recommend. They're not cheap, they don't give them away, but well worth the money, especially if you're doing a lot of this kind of work. Well, driver's side done. That was relatively quick, easy, and painless. even with the wiring. So happy with the way these turned out, guys. These are super awesome. I highly recommend the Boost Auto Parts tow mirrors. Not only do they look good, they fit absolutely perfect. Installation has been flawless. And they look amazing. Alright guys, just got the passenger side all put back together. Just in the process of testing, making sure everything's working as it should. Since we already filmed it, I didn't go through every little detail, removal of this side of the door. Everything's just the same as the other. Got all the wires running nice and clean, got everything put back together. So you can see our lights are all working in the mirrors. Super pleased with these, they look really good, especially compared to what was on here. So now what I'm in the process of doing is we're going to hook up these lights right here. Spotlights. Guys, I suppose you could wire these into your courtesy lights or pretty much whatever you want to do. I'm hooking them up in my backup lights. That's the idea. I want these things to come on whenever I put this thing in reverse. Like I said, to help me see out here in the rural areas, it's dark, we don't have a lot of street lights, anything like that. I got super dark tinted windows. I can't see a damn thing at night. Backing up, it's borderline dangerous. So, like I said, we put LEDs in the backup lights. I've also got the extra in these Smitty built bumpers, and then we'll have these, so it should make a huge difference. So just real quick, pulled the cover off, got one on each side. This is obviously the passenger side, and I'm just grounding these right here, guys. There's a couple bolts in here, several real good body ground spots. I'm gonna go ahead and ground the other side the same way, and then all we've got to do is got to run our power wire over to the other side. I'll join them together, and we're going to just tap into a reverse trigger wire, and that is really all there is to it. It's just a 2-wire system on each side. Alright guys, so real quick for the sake of time, I still have some wires to run. I still need to run the wire from the right side mirror on over here and tap in. I just want to show you guys real quick where we're going to tap in for a reverse signal wire. A lot of guys are clearly confused from stuff I've seen online. So you got this cover right up under here under the dash. I've gone ahead and just yanked that off. Hopefully you guys can see this. I'm going to try and get a good angle on it. So I've just got my wire sitting up in there right now so I can show you guys that this is the right one. We'll tap in. Obviously I run my wires all nice and clean. But it's really your very, very top right wire. My particular year, it happens to be a blue wire running in there. The white wire is just the one from my mirror. I've just got tucked up in there now. But it's the very corner. It's number 8 pin up there. It's at the very top right corner. That's a reverse signal wire. We'll just tap into that. Also, if you ever want to run a backup camera in to it, you can also tap into that signal there. So that's what you're looking at there, guys. Go ahead and throw it in reverse here. We'll test it and show you guys what it looks like. And that is it. So every time we throw it in reverse, those things will fire on for me. Wait till it gets dark so I can test them out. Real good. Sorry guys, the rain's coming down good here. That's pretty much all there is to the mirror install, guys. Go ahead and get out and show you what they look like. Real quick.